Hop out right now, pull my big one on these hoes. Damn, I'm not acrobatic, I'm not flipping on my bros. No, all my shit be factual, I cannot get exposed. Grew up talking shit, I catch.
We're back again, and this is an emergency podcast, if you will. I don't want to say in shocking fashion, but all the news we heard this past 2 weeks was that Vinny had won Ballon d'Or. You saw Rio Ferdinand shouting like a fool where was Champs final? Wembley, where he was shouting Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or. We all accepted that, okay, calm, Vinny has won this thing. Then Fabrizio just drops on. One day we'll talk about Fabrizio ruining football news. That's a different story. Like, the whole hype of transfers is dead because we know everything from the interest, we know every phase of it. But again, that's a different topic. Out of nowhere, on the morning, we hear Madrid are vexing. No Madrid players going to the ceremony. Bear in mind, Madrid have 2 players in the top 3, and the whole club, they won Club of the Year, Manager of the Year. They didn't attend. They no-showed out of protest, anger, because Vinicius Jr. did not win the Ballon d'Or. Who wants to start? How are we feeling? Where do we go from here?
First things first, Fabrizio, I think he should probably be arrested. I think, on a serious note, he might have destroyed what it means to enjoy football spontaneously. And the guy's a criminal. The shock value that would have happened yesterday morning,
yesterday night, if we just all tuned the ceremony ahead,
if we heard Rodri, it would have been much more, interesting. But Fabrizio is a criminal, so he should probably be in jail. And I think the Ballon d'Or committee should also be locked up for robbery. Last year we had the same. Conversation with Messi and Haaland, and I said the same thing.
So today, I don't know how Messi carried that thing.
And by the way, that was a worse robbery than this. 1 year later, we're back in the same place again, and Ballon d'Or has once again shown that they don't have any consistency in how they pick their winners. Big robbery. I don't think Rodri deserved it. As a Chelsea fan, I don't think Rodri was even top 2 in Premier League. I put Palmer and Foden above him. He wasn't the best on his team in Spain or Man City. Somehow he won the Ballon d'Or. I will say this, everyone that was in the top 5 this year was very average compared to previous years. So I understand how people feel like it wasn't robbery.
I wouldn't even say average. I think
it should have been Vinny.
I think a lot of guys had great seasons. We can't compare to Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. It's just not fair. They're better.
And that's really the thing, though. I really feel like we've been spoiled every time we watch ball, because when we grew up since 2008. It's been Messi, Ronaldo. So it's like, bro, nobody before or after is gonna put up 60 goals. Bro, Messi had 91 goals in a year. That's never gonna happen again. So we watching Clásicos, we watching all these Champions League games, and we see bro, you gonna see a Clásico is gonna end 2-2. Ronaldo has 2 goals, Messi has 2 goals. People don't even realize they're actually wingers. It was a long time where Messi was playing right wing and Ronaldo was playing left wing. But one thing I would say though, right? I think Vinny should have won, but I really want to have this a really, really objective take, right? So first thing I'm gonna say though is I don't think they're inconsistent. I think I went to the history of the Ballon d'Or, and I found out that this bullshit that they did this year, they've been doing it for a very long time. So I'm gonna give 3 examples. My first example would be 2002, right? R9, Ronaldo, he won the Ballon d'Or. Y'all don't even realize he played 10 games that season. He played 10 games, scored 7 goals. He won the World Cup and scored 2 goals in the final against Germany, and he won the Ballon d'Or, right? If that happened today, we would have gone crazy.
That's worse than what Messi did.
Now, that's the first thing I say. The second thing is, when people talk about races, I don't get in that conversation, because y'all realize Vinny came second.
It's not racist. It's not racist.
Do y'all know who came 15? Nico Williams came 15. He had 5 goals in La Liga last year. So when people talk about, Vinny wants the Ballon d'Or when Mateta scored, bro, Nico Williams and Yamal were in the top 15. So I think the problem with the Ballon d'Or is that they lay so much emphasis on
international
country,
the weighting is
when they want to. Because it's in 2012. In 2012, Sneijder was the best. Wait, who was the best player? Wait, in 2012, Sneijder.
2010.
In 2010, Sneijder won Champions League and Spain won World Cup.
He
And
won the
somehow
treble
Messi,
and got
and
to the World Cup
No.
final.
and somehow Messi still took it. So
No.
they choose when they want to emphasize the international thing. That's the truth.
No. The difference between Messi and Ronaldo in the international tournaments is, check it, like in 2013, Frank Ribery won the treble, but he had like 15 goals and assists, right? I think Messi and Ronaldo, like when we talk about the metric, we can't use them because what they like, think about it, like Haaland is breaking like crazy records, like he's scoring all these goals.
And
Y'all
it's
don't
not up to
realize
the
he's
average
not even
Ronaldo
up to what
season.
they were doing. So it's like when we talk about Messi and Ronaldo were like clearly the bet. Like it was 1 and 2 and 3 was here. But now like Vinny is putting like similar numbers with like how like so I don't think we can compare that. So that's the first thing I say about the international thing. The second thing I say, right, uh, is the Messi thing. First off, I'm a Ronaldo fan, everything, but Messi winning that Ballon d'Or last year, I was on this podcast saying Haaland should have won it. But when I go back and think about it, right, you see how Messi is arguably the greatest player of all time, right? People
Not
say Messi.
arguably.
He
Not
is the
arguably.
best.
Arguably,
He is the best
arguably,
of all
people
time.
say Messi, people say Ronaldo, right? Whatever, you have your stance. If Messi winning the World Cup, right? And I don't know,
But the
this
thing
might
is,
be
he won the World Cup.
hold
Now
up,
that's his award.
hold up.
Congrats, he won it.
This might be blasphemy, bro. I'm a Ronaldo fan, whatever. But y'all don't lie, like as a Ronaldo fan, you felt away when you saw Messi win the World Cup. It was like, damn, final. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Guy, I don't think you
But
understand
what
how.
listen, I didn't want
was
Messi
that
to
a
win.
Ballon d'Or deserving season?
No. But I'm saying if they were gonna pick a year where they were gonna cheat and it's allowed. Like what the service Messi had done for the sport. I'm a Ronaldo fan. You know how I get behind. You feel me? It's
I
if
understand what
we're
you're
gonna
saying.
give him one, but like Messi and right now we arguing how good Rodri was. Y'all don't even understand. Every game Messi was man of the match, and it wasn't no fluke. Like he had an insane tournament. But that's it. And the last thing I'm gonna say is this, right? When we think about the criteria for Ballon d'Or, I think we need to understand that it's not a stats thing. That's why, like, ball today is so focused on stats, but when we can't appreciate players without stats. When you look at Vinny, you talking about Rio Ferdinand. What it was a lot of moments. Like we watch football, it's a Heisman moment, that's an MVP moment. Vinny had a lot of moments where we're watching the game in real time. We're like, he's the Ballon d'Or winner. In the Champions League final, abused the right back. Semi-final, abused the right back. We watching Vinny last week against Dortmund. What were the headlines after that game? It was like he scored a hat trick when they were down to Dortmund. Nobody would say, "Oh, Vinny had a good game." Everybody was like, "That's the Ballon d'Or right there. That's the Ballon d'Or right there." We watching Man City, and what do you
Yo,
see? Holland,
with
Holland,
Rodri,
Holland. You see
with
Foden,
Rodri, it
Foden,
Funny enough,
was
Foden.
it's
no.
an interesting. Just quickly, it's an interesting point you make about Vinny's last week and how everyone's like, okay, yeah, this is his time
That's just
because
the moment.
you know how they changed Ballon d'Or to be season. Before it was calendar year, now it's season. Bear in
Yeah.
mind, Rodri did his
Yeah.
ACL. If this thing was year, Vinny carries this thing easily, and that's like look at
I'm done.
Jorginho's 2021. We all said football would have been
That's what I'm
finished.
saying. Everyone said Chelsea fans were
Finished.
tripping, bro.
If
Like,
Jorginho
bro,
had won
what?
that thing, Jorginho won he won UEFA Men's Player of the Year. He actually won Euros Player of the Year and deserved it, arguably. Rodri was not the best midfielder in Spain, let alone the best player. Man
wasn't.
City,
He wasn't the
Foden,
best player in
Foden was the
City.
best player in that team. Rodri
And
was
Haaland.
second.
My issue with Rodri is he wasn't the standout player in any team or tournament he played in. And people say, "Oh, he's a DM that is not fair to DMs." And Modric was the ceremony one, and I think he
Robbery.
deserved that.
No,
Modric.
no.
Ronaldo,
I'm high on that hill.
Ronaldo.
Modric was a CM.
Ronaldo.
I think he deserved the Ballon d'Or. When Van Dijk was
No.
top 3, I think he deserved to be top 3
Yes.
as a CB.
But
You don't
listen,
have to be an attacker.
you.
Rodri's case is not strong enough. Van
Nah, but
Dijk was Liverpool's best player. Van
Listen,
Dijk was the best CB in the world, undoubtedly.
but listen, in 2018, and I said it in our chat today, the best player in the world, and that's the thing about it being a season long, a year long. If you watch it, bro, think about it. Like right now, I was on this podcast, and I know this is a different topic. I was on a podcast at the start of this season saying that Cole Palmer is the best in the league, right? everybody called me crazy. It was after Man City beat Chelsea. This season,
blind people called you crazy. Blind people called you crazy.
Listen, this season, right? We've been watching Premier League. We can check everybody's tweets after every game that Palmer plays. What do people say? People say Palmer's best in the league. Palmer's best in the league, right? That's the same shit that was going on in 2018. I'm not going to say who was the player that was doing that in the league.
In Premier League?
Yes, in 2018. Who was the player that everybody was saying he's the best in the league?
Salah, Mane, Van Dijk.
No. It was Salah, right? I was saying it. If the World Cup did not happen in 2018, Salah would have won the Ballon d'Or because Liverpool is going to go on and win the Champions League. And we all know for a long time that a heavy criteria to win the Ballon d'Or is that you win the Champions League. 2014, Ronaldo Champions League, Ronaldo Ballon d'Or. 2015, Messi Champions League, Ballon d'Or. 2016, Ronaldo. 2017, Ronaldo. 2018 was the first time that everybody said the Ballon d'Or is falling off. That was the first time because Modric won it. 2019, we like, oh, hold up. And now I think the whole thing has just gone to shit.
Yeah, for me, 2018 is the year that I stopped engaging with the whole thing.
Yes.
Because
No,
Messi having more
I
than
think-
Ronaldo, that is fine. That is like, I can live with that. I know what Ronaldo is as my GOAT. Messi is the
Facts.
Ooh.
Facts.
Modric winning that thing, I don't think people understand how black
Modric had a much stronger case than Rodri. You guys have a vision
Yes.
history. Modric
That's-
carried
yes,
Croatia
yes.
on his back to World Cup final, man of the match. Modric was the best player in the World Cup, and he wasn't on the winning team. That's unheard of. Like this last season, there was no one that was stand. We had standout players in different leagues. Like Palmer was in Prem, Yamal had a breakout in Euros and in La Liga. Like we had individual, but there was no like objective end to end. Bellingham was coming close, but you know after like a few games, he fell off.
Let's wait.
Wait, hold
Hold up. Jude Bellingham should have won the Ballon d'Or.
No, hold on. I got a quick question.
No.
No, hold up. No. Hold up. I got a quick question. What did Yamal finish in Ballon d'Or? What position?
He came
10?
10th or 8th or 8th. I think he came 8th. Or I don't know the numbers.
Kane was
But
8th, no?
he was high up there. He was
Who do y'all
above Palmer.
Who do y'all think was the best player for Spain in the Euros?
Yamal.
Dani Olmo or Fabian Ruiz.
Okay, no. Euros, the top three players, my top three for Spain is not, Rodri is not in the top three. It was Nico, Olmo, and Yamal. I don't like, that's my top three. Nico, Olmo, and Yamal. I watched every game in my eyes. Those guys were cooking stupidly. In the midfield was Ruiz. So I don't know.
People were saying that if Mbappe won the World Cup, like, people were talking about he was going to be the second best player of all time behind Messi.
So they're ready to put him above Ronaldo.
But I'm saying that.
But yes, though, like there's an argument for that. He's weak. No. I'm not. Listen, don't rush. I'm not saying Mbappe is anywhere near Ronaldo. I'm saying that if he had won, there would have been an argument for him to be top three of all time because what he did at his age. He has won the World Cup. Don't forget, he has already won the World Cup at 18, and he was the best player.
But hold
if he won two back to back, if he won two back to back, it would have been top three of all time. I'm sorry.
But you contradicting yourself.
Based on you guys' standards. Based on you guys' standards.
You're contradicting yourself for two things because my thing is obviously the World Cup is not on the same level as the Champions League. But you said that he wasn't the best throughout the whole tournament. But that final where he almost scored a hat trick, which penalties. I'm not even going to say, but listen.
But you just said
about moments, though.
But you just said moments. Yeah, you just said moments, right? So if Mbappe won the World Cup in 2022 with that crazy goal he scored with the hat trick, I'm sorry, that's the history books. Like he would have. That's history books.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Sure. So that's just not Ronaldo.
Hold up. So if you agree, no. So if you agree that moment in the final was so good to put him over there, it means Vinny. Should we play the tape of Vinny's final?
Listen. You're overestimating. I can't lie. Vinny, I deserve Vinny deserved over Rodri. Don't get me wrong, but you're overestimating Vinny's moments from last season, man.
Bro,
he didn't have. I don't think his moments were that crazy, bro. I can't lie to you, bro.
Vinny had a hat trick in the Classical, bro. I need somebody to check.
No, a Classical or Champions League. Which one are we going with? Bro, listen. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, all of them.
Let me ask you a question. If I'm going through historical champs moments, you're not going to call Vinny from last season's final. You will call Robben against Dortmund. You will call Ronaldo. You will call Messi and Neymar versus Juventus in the final. You won't call Vinny versus Dortmund. But that was a weak game, bro. That was a weak. We all know who was going to win the game. Vinny's performance last season is not going to go in champs history books. It's not just. It won't be there. It was not just not there.
But listen though. The Ballon d'Or is not a collective thing. If it was the best moment
that's
in
what
the
I'm
season,
saying. That's what I'm
so
saying.
why does that
That's what
matter?
I'm saying.
Why does the past Champions League campaigns
No,
matter?
but all I'm saying is there was no standout, objectively best player in the world last season. There were best performers in like little areas, like like I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm biased. I think Palmer's Premier League performance was crazy. Obviously not Ballon d'Or, but and we had Yamal breakouts. We had like Kane still bought. Like we had some players, but like there was no like end to end that won trophies, that had the stats, that had everything. I don't think it was there last season.
It's so crazy because everything that you're talking about, if Jude had the start to the season,
Jude was close. Jude was close. Jude was close.
Why was Jude's campaign? At what point did Jude's campaign become derailed? Because it was the
second half of the season.
His performances got better. He just stopped having GA because he was playing deeper.
Nah. Because you got to realize, you could not. Because you got to realize the thing about the moments. He had 2 moments where he scored he scored back-to-back winners in the Clasico.
He scored winners in both Classicos.
He scored a screamer. He scored a screamer.
Yeah, but that screamer was the first game. The second one was the tap.
Jude won Madrid Player of the Year, but Vinny's Ballon d'Or winner. Is it not the same thing?
Because Vinny got hurt though. Because Vinny got hurt though.
Okay, cool. He got hurt. That's part of the season. That's part of the whole.
Wait, so after your argument that Jude should have won.
I don't see at what point Jude's case was just pushed to the side.
But I'm going to say something very, very controversial right now. Now that we're on this topic, Jude might have had a better case than Rodri on different metrics, because in Euros, Jude carried them like he's the one that was scoring the goals that was getting them through.
Let's talk about international real quick. What living hell does Vinicius play when he puts on the Brazil shirt? What does he do?
I can't argue for that. I can't argue for that. It was horrible.
I ain't gonna lie though. He had 2 goals against Paraguay, but I'm gonna say this though: the Brazilian team right now is ass, and
it's going down when you have Richarlison as a main player for Brazil.
And when we talk about what did Vinny do when he put on, bro, Messi and Ronaldo in their history, in their prime, Ronaldo was going out every World Cup in the quarterfinals. Portugal.
He won Euros though.
But that was Ronaldo. Ronaldo, that was like
even the World Cup 2018. He scored a hat-trick against Spain. He scored 4 goals. You can at least say, okay, he had a game or 2.
But I'm just saying their success with their countries was never good. But listen, everybody's talking about, he had 24 goals, Bro, fuck the goals. Like, you know how good of a winger Vinny is. Like, he puts pressure on every right back. Every right back he plays, it's like he's going to take you on. He's going to create chances. He's going to he's a thorn in the side every time. And we want to use GA when we talking about Vinny. Like, every time we watch him, we not on the field looking like that's the best player on the pitch. I don't see that for Rodri. Benzema just said that today. He's like, I like Rodri.
I don't see it for Rodri. I don't always see it for Vinny, which is part of my argument for last season wasn't the strongest. Vinny had many average. I can't lie, Vinny wasn't very consistent, which is how some people. I think he deserved it. I don't think he was very consistent. I think at certain points, Jude, we watch Madrid play, you're like, Jude is the best player on this team. It was a weak year, man.